What's going on, my little bundle of chestnuts and wolves? It's your girl, Kate Winchester, here with Kate and Wolfie. And today I have a bit of a story time for you about how fucked up I was as a little kid. So these are going to be like 3 stories in one video. Okay, so when I was younger, my brother was a germaphobe. Like, legit. He was fucking horrible when it came to germs. To the bloopers. To the point where it was worse as a kid. To the point where if you even touched something, he automatically did not want it anymore. And I freaking remember my mom giving us jelly for a snack, and my brother was like, I want it, and he was basically just being a fucking bitchy little kid. And so I didn't even get my turn. Like, my mom told him to let me go first, and he was just screaming and crying, like, just wanting his turn. So I remember taking the jar of jelly and just, I don't know what came over me, but I just took it and I just licked the whole damn thing to the point where I even took the lid off and licked the rim. And then I gave it to him, like, here you go. I kid you not, he legit screamed and cried and ran upstairs and cried in his room for 2 straight hours. My mom was laughing too hard to even do anything, but yeah. He was just like, I hate you. And then when I was in 2nd grade, I decided to pull a prank on my substitute teacher. And this was like right after Halloween. I got like this little air horn thingy in my Halloween bucket. And I guess this woman ran out of candy, so she was literally just giving things from her house. But I got this little air horn thing. And it was like probably about this big. It was tiny, but it was a good enough air horn. And it was to the point where I could hide it in my backpack. And I physically remember going and seeing the substitute teacher and just being like, fuck it, I'm gonna have fun with her. And we got to skip math because of me. I freaking hate math, but it was even worse when I was a kid. It was to the point where I would literally cry or just like zone out on purpose so that I could just completely forget about math. And I remember that we would have math at one specific time. So I remember just getting it ready, getting it out of my backpack, and I remember math being the first subject we would learn. And so she would go to sit down in her chair, and I just took it and went, and just did the air horn. She got up and she's like, who did it? Who has it? And I'm sitting here like, my friends know it was me, and they're just like not saying anything. And this poor lady was like old and frail, and she was balding up here, and I am such an asshole because she would sit down again and I would do it again, like, and she got up and she was like, who has the air horn? She's just getting so mad, and my friends are just and my friends are just like, and then finally, after I did it for like the 6th time, she started to cry, and she's like, just tell me who it is. And then I felt bad, and I was like, okay, ma'am, it's me. It was me. I'm sorry. And she And she's like, go to the principal's office, man. And she made me stand up in front of the whole class. And she's like, do you know what your future's gonna look like? You guys. It was too easy. I, I looked at her head and I'm like, ooh, show me my future. Ooh. I am so mean. I am such an asshole, but it was even worse when I was a little kid because I like legit got in behind her chair and I was like, ooh, show me my future. Ooh. I feel so bad about this to this day, but at the time I wasn't giving any fucks. She started crying, and then I had to go home early because I was in so much trouble. Even the principal was like, oh my god, that was so mean. Like, I can't even have you. Miss Perrine, can you come pick up? And I was in the office, I thought it was the funniest thing ever. I was the class comedian at this point. I'm just sitting here dying, and then I was like, and then I went to her head and said, show me my future. The principal was trying not to laugh, but at the same time, she could tell it was mean. She's like, that is so mean. Like, I can't believe you would do that. And my mom was so mad at me. I got my ass beat when I got home. She was literally beating my ass on the way to the car. She was like taking me by my arm and just like hitting my ass on the way to the car. And then she made me sit down and I'm like, I can't sit down, mama. Yeah. I had to go to school the next day and hug the teacher and apologize. And my mom was like, and she's like, she could have had a disease, like and I was like, no, she looked pretty healthy and everything like that. And my mom was like, you need to apologize to this substitute teacher tomorrow. And yeah. So then when I saw her in the hallway, I started crying because I felt so bad at that point. I was like, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. And then she's like, you don't know how hard my job is, da 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 da. And yeah. I feel bad about it to this day, so that's definitely something that I feel very guilty for. And yeah, so if you want to unsubscribe after this, I totally don't freaking blame you. But yeah, I feel so bad. I'm not laughing because I think it's funny or whatever, because I don't. I'm laughing because it's an embarrassing moment for me, and I laugh whenever I'm embarrassed sometimes. So yeah. And then when I was like in third grade, I had this girl that just freaking hated me and I hated her. So for for some reason I found a heart of chocolates underneath my bed that I got from Valentine's Day one year. Like, it was literally just sitting under my bed, just collecting, like, dust and mold, and it was just really disgusting. And I got this evil plan that I had no idea where it came from. I still have no idea where it came from, but I found it underneath my bed, and I decided to bring the girl that we hated each other to school and give her a little present. Because she loved chocolate, but then again, so did I. So, I physically remember Kate. Oh my god. I remember taking it to school and just wrapping it up in a pretty little bow, and I had put it, like, in her desk, because, like, I don't know if you remember, but, like, um, you know how, like, there's, like, a little cubby in your desk? Some schools have, like, the top where you could just, like, lift it and then put all your schools in your desk, like, physically on all your schools, all your books and your backpack inside in the desk. And then there are some that actually have, like, a little cubby. Mine had a cubby. But anyway, so I put her chocolates in her organized teacher's pet desk. Ugh. And I put it in her desk, and she's literally, and I'm such an asshole because there's this guy in our class that she had a crush on. We're gonna call him Colby. So I wrote her a letter pretending to be Colby. And I was like, we're gonna call her Angie. I'm like, dear Angie, I love you so much. I decided that you should have a box of chocolates because you're just as sweet as chocolate. Love, Colby. By the way, this is totally not Kate. I said, by the way, this is totally not Kate. So she was bragging to the whole class, and then Colby's sitting there like, I didn't give that to her. And I told Colby, I was like, just go with it, just go with it. Did you do it? Yeah, but shh. And he's like, okay, I got it. Because at the time we were like, we were friends, and he knew about my pranks. He knew about like that I was crazy. So he's like, okay, I got it. So we were really close in this moment. I was like, yes, thank you, Colby. Thank you so much. And she, she and then she was bragging to me. She's like, so Colby gave me this, and I was like, yeah. Colby is such a nice guy. He's so sweet. And she's like, yeah, I just can't believe that he gave it to me, and like, he's like way too good for me. He's too good to me. And I'm like, yeah, I totally agree. And she's like, I'm gonna eat this chocolate right in front of you because I just want you to know that I'm a lot more prettier than you. And she literally took it and just ate the chocolate in front of me. And I'm trying so hard not to just burst into laughter. And I'm sitting here like, in my defense, she was so mean to me. She was mean to everybody. She was like a junior plastic. She was like a junior Regina George. So I thought she deserved it. And then literally she just ate the whole entire box in school right in front of us. And literally the teacher came in. We could all hear her stomach just growling. And she's like she's just making this face, and I'm sitting here like, and my friends are like, what did you do? And I'm like, just wait. And she's like, miss, I don't feel so good. And she's like, do you need to go to the nurse? And as soon as she said that, she's throwing up everywhere. And I'm like, oh shit. Oh my God. Because I didn't know that she was going to throw up. I didn't know that it would make her sick. I just thought that it would taste really bad and like maybe even make her have a case of the shits. I don't fucking know. But she threw up everywhere and had to go home. She never came back to school for like 2 weeks. And then she came back and she's so mad at Colby. And Colby, the poor guy, has no idea what I did. I mean, he knows that I wrote a letter and gave her some chocolate to her, but he doesn't know that it was bad chocolate. So he's trying to talk to her and she's like, and and to this day, she had no idea that it was me. So Angie, if you're watching this, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm such an asshole. I am such an asshole. Okay, so apparently, um, don't give somebody chocolate from a year, no matter how much of an annoying, disgusting human being they are, because I had no idea that it could make somebody sick. And if it was that bad, it could possibly kill you. So yes, I legit poisoned somebody when I was in like third grade. But in my defense, I did not know that that would happen to her. And so yeah, she went to the hospital. Well, she didn't have to go to the hospital, but she went to the doctor and everything. And the doctor said that she had some mild food poisoning and to just give her some antibiotics and stuff. And then she went to school in like 2 weeks, and then she was fine. But I think she hates chocolate now. I remember somebody brought chocolate cupcakes to school, and she didn't even touch it. So I poisoned and traumatized the poor girl, and I feel so bad for that. That is one of the things that I am guilty for. So yeah. I'm really sorry, Angie, if you're watching this, but on a brighter note, that put an end to my prank pulling because I never wanted to hurt anyone or make anyone sick. So, yeah. All right. I love you guys. I'm really sorry if you hate me after this video. But yeah, all right. I love you guys. I will see you all in the next video. Stay body positive. Kate Winchester out. Hasta la bye bye. And God bless your nutty little hearts. Don't forget to go nuts. Ow! What the fuck was that? My voice cracked. Ow! It sounded like a baby wolf. I was like, ow!